Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager, featuring some of these super fancy helmets that you see here. We've got ourselves a Spartan helmet on Minsk. There's a bunch of new customization and some amazing class mods like the Purple Dragon Knight Fighter subclass, newest edition of the 2024, made by Sumer Dagnoth, which comes with a purple dragon. We also got some other cool subclass like the Path of the Glutton Barbarian, the Way of the Crimson Fist, which is a Dark Urge Monk subclass. We got ourselves the Snowfighter, which I think is really fun and unique. And we also got a Fiendish and Fiery Succubus class with a bunch of other fun ones as well. So we're getting things started here just to talk about, I guess briefly we'll touch on some of the miscellaneous mods here. This is a very cool one. So Mystra Scrolls. So you know that Mystra Spell is one of the most popular mods in the Baldur's Gate 3 Mod Manager. It's a mod made by Ramdakilla, same creator as the Mystra Spells mod. Basically what this does is it creates scrolls of every single Mystra spell. And what's nice about this is you can learn these scrolls as a wizard, so you can add them to your spell book. This is amazing. They also had some other mods, so Mystra Scrolls Unlocked allows you to scribe scrolls. There's also the Mystra Scrolls Loot, which will distribute these loot through different traders' tables and vendors. So yeah, Mystra Scrolls, this is definitely an awesome mod to see come to Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager, because Mystra Spells just adds so much, and now being able to get scrolls of it, amazing. We also got more medium armor helmets by We Go Dead here, so yeah, you can see it. There's a lot of different cool looking ones here. They're very interesting, leading to some cool themes that you can role play with in Baldur's Gate 3. As you can see, very, very well done here. There's a few different ones though, so We Go Dead has made this. There's also the more heavy helmets, which has even heavier versions of these helmets. They also look very nice. So you can see there how they appear. You got this Oni mask. Yeah, that's cool. And on top of that, there's also more light armor helmets too. So 3 of these mods all dropped this week. I think they look really cool. You can do some very fancy role playing, like this one in particular. You got this skull mask here, looking kind of goofy with the teeth. You got that there, the straw hat. Perfect for a Luffy playthrough. So yeah, We Go Dead, 3 different helmet mods. Amazing to see. Last week I covered they released some shield mods, so this goes perfectly alongside that. Now, a cool redesign. I'm a really big fan of these redesign mods. Azazel was taken, has made a few of these different ones. This is a redesign of Mystra, which makes Mystra look more like Mystra should. So it has like that robe that you can get in Act 3. So that's what Mystra normally looks like. She looks okay, but you know, she can use magic to make herself look as good as she wants. So why not make her look even better? So there's 2 different versions of this that they created. There's the vanilla head, or this is the alternative head. So this mod does have her normal face here, just making her look more ethereal there. But this one is the redesigned face. I love this. They have released 2 different versions of it. So there's the base game face and then the alt head one, which makes this is what her face will look like. I love this. They've done a lot of other really great mods like the Shar redesign. This is just another great redesign for Mystra. Now we got ourselves a new race mod with Ember Dwarfs. This is like a kind of Azure like kind of class. So you can see there, they look awesome. It's gonna get the gold cracks similar to Dame Aelin. It's got that brazier hide there, brass like veins. Ember class 13, heal 2 health points while holding any heat. So it's really cool. It adds some new mechanics because heat in base game Baldur's Gate 3, not that great. This makes it so it's actually useful. You're vulnerable to cold damage, but resistant to fire damage. Weapon and arms attacks deal additional fire damage. I think this is a cool new race. Not really overpowered, but just fun to play. And yeah, you can see there's Azure. It does have some special things like Searing Smite. So new race mods, I know a lot of people are looking forward to those. So Grendolf 1 has made this very nice. Now we also got, okay, this is huge for fans of Drizzt Do'Urden. So this is Drizzt Icing Death. Now just a little note here, this is made in Chinese, simplified Chinese. I can't read it, unfortunately. I just love this because I'm a fan of Drizzt. It's cool to see these mods get added. I have a lot of friends and people I know commented saying that they want more Drizzt based stuff. Drizzt is a character in the Forgotten Realms. They reference him a lot in Baldur's Gate 3, even the Drow twins in Act 3. When you go to there, they reference him. So this is his Icing Death sword. And then they also have his Twinkle, which is the cold based one. So, or the Icing Death is a cold based one, Twinkle is his other one there. So this is amazing. I hope we'll get English translations at some point because I just think this is awesome. There's also a Drizzt Do'Urden face mod that got added to the mod manager in the past. So very, very cool. I'm just happy to see this. Mr. Blouch there has made both of these amazing mods. And we got Tasha's Cauldron of Hairstyles. You guys, Eclipse has been in pretty much every video of the best mods of the week. They are putting out constant fire. So with this mod, you can see it's adding a few different hairstyles to the game that just look nice. So I'll show off what they look like on my character here. I briefly showed off this hairstyle here that you can see on my character. It's awesome. It just gives us so many more options for hairstyles. They also have the Tasha's hairstyle, Cauldron Hairstyles Pack 2. So even more hairstyles, which I'll be covering here in just a second, because there's so many amazing styles. So once you go into the character creator, you look through it, you can see here we'll start off with like this one here. This is Mystra's hair, and then there's the Mystra's ball list. Some of them will add like the ball symbols there, which is pretty cool. So then there's the deaccessorized Mystra's hair, Umberlee's deaccessorized hair, so a different version of that. Really nice, no fringe. So a lot of customization with these. There's actually quite a few hairstyles. They have alternative versions here that have different bangs and stuff. Yeah, I love this. As someone that, again, I've said this before, customization is huge in Baldur's Gate 3, because if you can make a character that looks like yourself, or look like the character you want to look like, or whatever, the more customization, the better. I also like that these mods they have one for each side, so it's kind of like flipped. That's awesome. I think more of these style mods would be amazing. So yeah, you can see there's so many cool looking hair designs here. This was previously on Nexus mods, redesigned for mod.io, so amazing. There's some really nice ones here. Like, the list goes on and on. Some of these are like Orin's hair, combined with some other pieces of other characters' hair. Got the long braids there. I love this hairstyle because it just flaps in the wind. And then this even has the ballless symbols there, kind of cool. More Umberlee designs. This one's cool. Is Umberlee with the dark urge, like ballless symbols there. Those are nice. Clean, fringe, no fringe, fringe clean, ballless double. Yeah, there's so many different hair designs here. Some of them are mashups of other things that we've gotten already in the game. But there's enough unique stuff here that I think that this is a very well done mod, so I just want to highlight this. What is nice too is hairstyles like this doesn't have bangs. You can add your own with the bangs everywhere mod. So lots of customization. This is also cool, having the ballless there. So this is the Umberlee C ballless. Umberlee D, yeah, there's a lot. You get the point of it. Eclipse has made a bunch of amazing mods, so here's some more hairstyles for you to enjoy. Now we also got ourselves some head mods. This is the Invisibee heads mod made by Invisibee. It wasn't really working for me, but I just want to highlight this. I do have a bunch of face mods, so sometimes it's conflictions. I just want to highlight this because I think the more face mods, the better. Great customization here, so you can see these look really nice. So yeah, Invisibee made this, another great face mod. And this is cool. Another one by Eclipse and Ghouls Zero Rules. Concept art style Withers. So this is what Withers is supposed to look like based on his concept art. Got the hood there. It's just a minor tweak, but I think it looks nice and it fits him very thematically. So you can see that. Yeah, got the chest there. And this is what his that's what he was supposed to look like based on like the concept art. He's got that hood there. So this restores him to all his glory. I think this looks awesome. But back to the class mods, because these are some of my favorites. The Purple Dragon Knight. So this class mod, I've done a full video on. You can check out the build guide here if you're interested in this, but it gives you a purple dragon here. The purple dragon can fly around, and then once you get into combat, you can fight in tandem with your dragon. So when you're fighting, you get special attacks there, like you can attack and make the dragon use your gravity breath. So this is super cool. You can see there, you can forego your attack, letting your dragon do its gravity breath, which can push or pull enemies. Absolutely amazing. This mod is a ton of fun to play around with, and yeah, Sumer Dagnoth has made a lot of other great mods. You probably know them for the 5e fighter subclass combines, barbarian, monk, ranger, and now the Purple Dragon Knight. Love this mod, so much fun. And it's based on the newest edition of the Purple Dragon Knight, which used to be the worst fighter subclass. Now it's not as bad. Some people don't really like the change, but I love it. I think this class mod was very well done. Next, we'll show off the Path of the Glutton. This mod was made by Elobal here, and the Path of the Glutton, you got your rage there, but you also got the eat anything. Once per long rest, derive full nourishment from eating anything you can get your hands on. So yeah, you can eat. It's pretty funny, pretty neat. Once you hit level 6, you get the ability to eat elements. While raging, you can absorb elemental damage and add it to your next attack, similar to the cloak that does the same effect there. In addition to this, at level 10, you can eat anything once per short rest instead. And then eat elements, absorb and deal more damage. So whenever you do your eat elements, it will power it up. Custom magic items are in the works, and there's going to be more updates to this mod. I just thought this was really funny, so I just want to highlight this. I'm always a fan of any type of new class or subclass mod that just adds a little bit of something different here. Some players that play Fallout might like the, you need corpses, and so hey, something else since it's new. And we also got the Way of the Crimson Fist here. This mod was made by Dirk Kriegwurst, who has made some other mods like the Sorcerer Knight. You may know that one's pretty popular. It's not working properly for me at the moment. I downloaded some other mods. I'm not sure. I've been troubleshooting some issues leading up to patch 8 here. But with this one, basically, they created after doing the overpowered Tavern Brawler Open Hand Monk Thief. So the feature, you get the Siphon Key on a critical hit or killing a creature. You gain a stack of Siphon Key, which lasts until the end of combat. Once 4 Siphon Key have been acquired, certain abilities will unlock that begin used. Adds the Rogue and Barbarian subclass tags, so you get both the dialogue options there. Sports level 13 to 20, currently has no new abilities. Unarmed Sneak Attack, which falls the same damage as a normal Sneak Attack. It's really cool being able to do a Sneak Attack as a monk. So you get the Way of the Crimson Fist, Bind Key, Restore Key, Heal, Sneak Attack. You get a Leap Attack level 4, Expel Key, Potential from Blood, Subsume, Blood, Bonus Action, Rip and Tear, Brutal Beatdown, Greater Key, Revenant's Flow, and Drain Key, which I will be posting I'll do a build once I get this one work properly, but the abilities here you can see, it's the Way of the Crimson Fist. On hit critical hit, you get the Siphon Key, Sublime Key, you can Siphon Key as if it's yours, and then you get to use some of these other abilities that use that for its resource. So you can like restore your key using that. With 4 points, you can restore a key point. You can heal yourself for 1+ wisdom modifier for each Siphon Key point, and it expends all of them on use. I think it's cool, resource-based system, so you get a bunch of critical hits, you can store up your points and then use it for other things, like a bonus action attack or really anything. But the Sneak Attack is really cool because this can be very powerful. You can bind your key. You don't channel key, you bind it through your force of your body. Gain keybound body. This reduces your total key by 1. Does not stack with Tavern Brawler. But it'll when you make an unarmed attack with strength modifier, it's add twice to the attack rolls. Additionally, your strength is increased to 21. This doesn't stack with Tavern Brawler, but it's basically like a diet version of Tavern Brawler. You can do a greater version of this. Reduce the total key by 3, but set your strength to 27. So yeah, this is basically like the Tavern Brawler upgraded version. You get the sneak attacks and all that fun stuff added to it. You can drain key from all enemies within 60 meter radius, dealing 1 force damage and gaining Siphon Key equal to the damage dealt. So yeah, this is a really fun subclass. Yeah, again, I had it working and then I added some more mods and it's not popping up for me for whatever reason. You can see that right there. So yeah, I will be posting a video in the future whenever I get this sorted out even better, but I thought this one was really cool to share. Now the Snowfighter I think is extremely interesting because it adds a few different things, like you got your snowball toss, but whenever you do attacks, you build up your escalation points, and then you can use these for different abilities. So at each level, you gain you can get a maximum of 10 of these, and it gets pretty cool. So I'll show you. At level 2, you get the Burst Ice, which uses snow or escalation. Toss 2 snowballs, a single target dealing cold damage on your attacks. You get the Winter Fun Snow Flurry. Whip up a flurry of snowflakes around a target. On a failed save, they are afflicted with the Winter Fun Snow Flurry status until you apply a status to another target, which is basically like chilled. So you do a little extra damage on cold targets. Winter Fun Frosted Mischief. Whenever the target gains a +2 to performance, sleight of hand, and deception rolls. In addition, the target gains damage reduction towards fire and cold damage equal to your charisma modifier. Very cool class. I'm a big fan. Where I live, it snows all the time, so anything snow related I think is pretty fun in a video game. Snowdrift Draft. Whenever you in combat, you provide allies with snowy munitions at the start of the round. Each allies that hit targets with snowballs reward with escalation, so they get the bonus action ability to throw a snowball, and not only you, but they get to throw snowballs too. Once we hit level 5, which is kind of cool, you get our snow subclass. So you get the Frost Legion General. What the frost did you just jingle about me, you little snow bunny? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in Baldur and Seals, and I've been involved in many secret raids with Gith Yankee and have over 300 confirmed snow. Funny copy pasta if you know that one. Call in the Snowtillery. Call in the Snowtillery battery to arrive for 1d4 turns. Once the Snowtillery arrives, you may call in Snowtillery Barrage. Just a bunch of cold damage. There's the Soul of Innocence. You're walking in the path of the pure winter soul. You weave your sentiment with a much wonder. You do beauty to cast powerful ace spells. In Heart of Winter, the magic that fuels your power causes you to add your charisma modifier damage with spells, which is pretty strong. You also have the Rime Blast is 3d6 cold damage. And Make a Frost, condense snow or up from your hands, possibly freezing targets. And this can take away the reaction. I'll show up the Frost Legion General. It's pretty funny. There are just modified versions of the, like these icons. This is the Thief icon there. So you can choose this Art of Snow War. So yeah, cool passives here. Method of Snowfighting is developed over your span of you just came up with that, didn't you? Just a little fun wagging ability grows. 50 cal Frostbite. Utilize a high powered snowball, which can devastate foes, doing 68 plus 10 cold damage and half damage on miss with 4 snow escalation points. Snow Commander, this creates a living snowball, which is like the frost orb ability, but snowy. Snow covering fire, retaliate the enemy's attacks with snowfire. Tossing a snowball when you or an ally has been hit in combat, so you can retaliate, kind of like a hellish rebuke, but for snow. Cross snow, once per turn, when you deal damage, you have a chance of the target being hit by an unseen Snowfighter. And also the Cold War, call for an all-out snow war, granting abilities allies and enemies a chance to receive snowballs they may throw freely on their turns. So yeah, this can actually buff up the enemies, which is kind of funny. I'll show off the Snow Commander so you can see the living snowball there. Kind of another funny ability here. Level 7, you get the Winter Fun Frosty Fast Hands. Command your snow draftee to get in shape, start battling snow, granting them bonus actions on their turn. So you can give up your bonus action and give it to another. You get to take another Art of War here, so I'll take that there just to show off that ability. Fun subclass. At level 9, we get ourselves the Winter Fun Cool Withdraw. Command your ally to withdraw coolly, gaining the effects of disengage to run away. Bonus action ability. Another Art of Snow War here. I'll just take the Cold War to give ourselves all that extra snow. This is really fun. Another Art of Snow War here. And then once we hit level 12, we get the special ability, the Snow Clear Warhead. 25d4 plus 20 cold damage. Create a Snowmageddon, dealing damage to all enemies caught in the snowy blast. But not even your allies are safe from this. This does use 10 of your snow or escalation points, and you use your action and your bonus action. So high opportunity cost there, but it is a very heavy hitter. So what this ends up looking like, so I guess you have to be in, we've got a helmet on, that's right. So I was gonna equip that. So you got your snowball toss, which will give yourself 1 stack of this escalation there. So you can just go ahead with throwing that. It'll build up your stacks. We have 10, I guess, right now, replenishable resource. So that gives us the ability to do some of our other attacks. So the living snowball here, which looks a little different, you can see that's actually a real snowball. I love this, that they made that an actual snowball. Like, that is actually a lot of work. Snowball slam into a creature and enemy, it still takes half damage. Pretty nice. It's similar to the fire orb, but I love that they didn't just use a fire orb and just change the damage type. They actually made it real, so that's cool. So I'll just toss a few snowballs to get my abilities back. Sorry, Jahara, because every time you throw a snowball, you get a Snow War escalation point. If anyone's have a snowball, like, I feel like some of my viewers, where it doesn't snow, you don't know the fun of a snowball fight, so this class may not be as enjoyable for you, but this picture kind of encapsulates. It's fun just to have a Snow War. So then you also get like your Cold War here, which we can drop, and then everyone can do a snowball throw. So yeah, you can swap this around. I guess we're not in combat, so it's not properly listing this, but you'll get the Snow War munitions here, which lets you do your snowball attacks. And yeah, it's not working properly, but you need to be in combat for it to work properly. But yeah, a lot of these are cool. You got this nice like icy aura around yourself whenever you're applying these abilities. The Snow Flurry here, I love this. This is really fun. Save Failed Winter Flurry. Yeah, this is a really cool class mod, so just had to highlight this as someone that's a big snow fan. And we also got ourselves the Fiendish and Fiery Succubus subclass mod by Neon Viper 44. This mod was made by Smeef Games _ Mr. Nibs. I forgot to mention that. I love that. But with the Fiendish and Fiery Succubus class, with this subclass or class mod, we get ourselves charm points, which gives us different abilities, draining our enemies or resting. So distracting form, whenever we wear no armor, we add our charisma modifier to our armor class. And in addition to this, we get 2 stacks of lust for every time we get attacked when we're not wearing armor. And we get the honeyed word. Your expertise in flattery and manipulation give you a bonus to persuasion checks. There's 2 different subclasses: Fiendish Succubus, which focuses on Succubus command here, the caressing touch, the ray of lust, doing psychic damage, the second of your lust charges, and the Fiendish charm, and the fiery Succubus, which is more fire damage focused. Now, one thing I did focus on, I did post about this class before. This is, I think, is a re-upload version of it. We can see here, there's a bunch of different abilities. It's a really well done one. So Fiendish, psychic, fiery, fire damage. You got some teleporting skills. I'm going to be doing a video breaking down all the different Succubus class mods because there is a number of them, and I want to kind of differentiate them for people that have been asking, because I've gotten a few comments just wondering what the big difference between them are, because most of them focus on charming targets, doing some fire damage. So I'll be breaking all that down. This one goes up to level 12 here, and I have previously posted about this, so I don't want to go spend too much time on this one. So yeah, you can expect a future video where I'm going to be breaking down all these different Succubus class mods and showing you which ones might be best for you. So that was the best mods of the week. As usual, have all the links in the description if you're curious to see what these mods are all about, if you want to check them out for yourself or download them too. So let me know what kind of Baldur's Gate 3 mod content you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.